Massive amounts of details and information were just given to us earlier this afternoon about Tekken's brand new heat system and their rage arts. There's loads of stuff to cover, but I'm going to give you a detailed summary of everything that went down in today's reveals. First and foremost, rage arts are back. It's the same input for all characters, R2 or down forward 1+2. We mostly got to see Law and Paul's rage art shown off in this, but they did actually happen to show what Jin's looked like too, and it was his Tekken 8 trailer attack on Kazuya. Rage Drive was actually eliminated from the game, but is partially implemented in the heat system, which I'll explain in a little bit. Rage increases attack damage, which is more than likely a no-brainer. Something else we'll see kinda sorta return to Tekken 8 is a recoverable health gauge. It's a part of your health gauge that will remain after you take damage that can be recovered. You can recover your health gauge by being aggressive and attacking the opponent. Chip damage will be in Tekken 8. Now what is chip damage? It's damage you take when you are blocking. Now, this damage that you take when you're blocking will not kill you, but it can be recovered with your recoverable health gauge, like I mentioned a few minutes ago actually, with, you guessed it, aggression and attacking your opponents. Chip damage actually has a lot to do with the heat system, which is what it's time to get into right now. The heat system had the most details revealed today of anything. Now, what is the heat system? It's a period of time that's beneficial to an attacker. It usually has a 10-second timer when the gauge is activated. That 10-second timer is actually stopped momentarily if your opponent blocks your attack. There's two different types of heat system activations. There's heat burst and heat engager. Heat burst is activated with a single button similar to rage art, and activating heat during a slamming attack offers an advantage on hit and guard. It's important to note that heat can be paired with rage art for combo damage. Heat engager is going to be a little bit different than heat burst. Heat engager has 5 moves per character. It's an attack that can activate heat if it hits an opponent. Character automatically runs to opponents, giving the player an advantage and opportunity for a follow-up attack. Heat energy, which is the last thing we're actually going to be discussing in this video, is the chain-like 8 you see in the heat gauge that can be used for special moves. Not to state the obvious, but these moves can only be used during heat. And these two special moves are Heat Smash and Heat Dash. Heat Smash is a powerful technique, essentially Rage Drive, kind of like what I mentioned was quote-unquote removed from the game earlier. Heat Dash is a little different. It's good to use if Heat Engager is guarded so you can move in. Most notably, you're going to notice there's going to be either 1 or 2 heat energies on your heat meter. You get 2 heat energy for landing an engager attack, 1 if Heat Burst is hit, since I guess it's easily activated with just 1 button. And that is actually all the details we got on the heat system from today's Tekken reveals. There was a little bit more on controllers and other stuff. If you want me to cover what details were shown off about the new control schemes for Tekken, let me know. I will have a separate video on that shortly. But until then, if you enjoyed yourself, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.